I'm Chris,
And I'm Erik.
and tonight we're going to talk about some JoyToy. Some new releases have been put out that the community has had a lot to say about it, specifically the Night Lords. And I mean, the salamanders, everyone's a little kind of iffy on too, right? Everyone's holding their breath. And then the past few releases too, some people have noticed a little drop in quality and have said so on Instagram, on the Facebook groups, on Reddit. So wherever you are, you can't really get away from people noticing that people have something to say with these, specifically the 30K releases. I think there's got to be two different teams, right? Between the 30K, the Horus Heresy line, and 40K. There's just like a
There's
noticeable paint, applications, quality, QC.
everything. The order of release, how random it can seem.
Right?
I feel like the design of the 40K figures right now is on point, but for whatever reason we're seeing less of them. And the 30K they've been kind of storming through the 30K legions all year.
Mhm.
We got the White Scars, we got the Raven Guard, now the Night Lords, and then they're gonna seems like they're rolling right into the Salamanders too. Noticeable dip,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Uh, White Scars was the first time I noticed noticed that with a figure, and there was a bit of controversy with the Legion Praetor in Terminator armor.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, the Raven Guard release seemed to be okay, um, but I think it kind of lucked out with the design aesthetic.
I agree.
Black, they're sleek, they didn't need to be weathered. Everything looked okay. Honestly, I thought Korax's design elements were on point. Good
Mhm.
amount of accessories. His head sculpt doesn't bother me at all. I think it's
Yeah,
great.
and there were two of them. There were two of them.
Yeah, you get two heads with him.
Mhm. I would
Um,
I would say Korax a solid 8.5 out of 10.
yeah, I would agree with that. Um, I'm enjoying having his figure up on my shelf. I don't have any of my other Raven Guard displayed yet.
Hmm.
Um, I'll get there eventually. And then this Night Lord the release, which was really frustrating. You know,
I've been
really,
ups I've been upset about it for weeks.
yeah. You know, when you're the kind of collectors that wants, I want a little bit of everything, a little bit of representation for all of these guys to kind of come up to this and just say, I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I want that on my shelf.
Yeah.
Um, that kind of sucks.
So
Um,
I feel like there's like a couple different aspects about it. It's like the product that they showed, right? I think obviously like subpar, for a number of various reasons, and I think we can talk about that. Because it's not just like on the surface, like details great, this, that, and the other, and some people are like, what are you guys whining about? You whine too much about action figure releases, but I don't know, man. So that, in addition to, I think, just like the weirdness around the releases, like they staggered weird days that we got Curse on a Friday, which is very, very odd for them, just as far as their release schedule, and no communication, but no lack of reaction from customers and consumers, fans, loyal fans who up until now would buy every release. We're not the only ones that are saying, "Whoa, I'm gonna like, you know, I'm not an every release buyer anymore because I have to think about this because this is a noticeable drop in quality." It really gave me pause. It upset me for for like weeks because I'm such a fan of JoyToy. I'm so into it. The figures are so cool. It really brought me into the whole bigger world of like lore. Um, and it engaged me with new parts of the hobby too. It got me into 3D printing. I mean, the list of things that I like about it is enormous. So when we see this like little bit of a drop, it's like, oh man, come on, what's
I
what's
wouldn't
going
say
on
it's a
here?
little bit of a drop, but yeah, this is what happens when you get invested in something, right?
Yeah, yeah. I went from like zero to like super fan like super quick, which I like. Hey, it's fun. You find something you like, dive into it. But so I don't know. Anyway, the paint I think is like the big thing. for this. It's the sculpts are fantastic. The detail is there, but when you just match them up to like what it should be, especially when it's like it's a terror squad, right? They should be like blood dripping. They have degloved hands for flags, right? That's disgusting and gross and gruesome. They nailed it. They nailed it with the Plague Marines. I don't understand. I just don't understand what the disconnect was. Like and people want to say it's shading, or maybe it's the color of blue, or they didn't do enough lightning bolts, which I agree with. It all adds to it, but there's just like a weirdness in like contrast. There's no contrast between these, like the weird like flesh pieces that just look like paint them brown, and then there's like this just flat
Yeah.
colored armor. And I had that discussion earlier about like a toy versus a collectible too. Of like what are consumers' expectations? Now approaching middle-aged man, uh, I don't consider myself a toy collector. I consider myself, like posable collectibles, right? Action figures. Would you admit that you play with toys? Sometimes I play with the toys. I like to like stage them and put them up, but it's for posing. It's to like act out the
Yeah.
narrative of the scene, and engage the imagination.
I played with him with one of my sons, my youngest son, who
Yeah.
really liked Warhammer, at least within the last year. Um, that's the only time I've ever done it though. It's nice. It's quality time with him. We'll talk about the different figures. We'll line them up. We'll kind of play out a battle and
Mhm.
see who wins. He usually wins.
Yeah.
um, yeah, but otherwise they are in my den. My den is where I keep all of my collectibles except for like my vintage comics here. Yeah,
It
so
is.
I'm no stranger to collecting things. I think I've collected things almost my entire life. You know, baseball cards, comic books, vintage toy lines. And now this was my first foray to a modern toy line. Um, I remember getting my first intercessor last year. Very impressed with durability, posability, the number of accessories. I thought they were great, and then really leaned and got into the lore and everything from there. The gateway drug was probably Space Marine 2, which I think a lot of newer fans can relate to. Um, I think with that, we message each other, or at least for a while, every Wednesday morning, what the new release was, right?
Yep. Yep.
Um, it was a pretty quick conversation if they released something that wasn't Warhammer, but otherwise it was a lot of critique and excitement shared, and that's pretty cool. It doesn't mean I grab every figure.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
but right now, like last fall, I committed to the Heresy line, and this will be a gap. I'm holding out hope that they've listened to all this feedback and they're going to pivot and make the Flesh Terror Squad and the Terminators and probably Korax okay,
Yeah. That
because
face.
none of those figures have been released that you can see. Everything that they posted on the lives so far, everything they're shipping now is well, it's not everything. It's like three figures, I think, right? Three, four figures: the Mark III, the Mark VI, the Legion Praetor, and Tartaros armor. And those are very overwhelming. I'll pass on those.
I don't know, man. Some people have brought out the idea of them releasing collector's editions of this stuff.
I don't want to
And
give them
and
any ideas.
no, I know, right? Don't say it, because you might get what you wish for. But oh boy, I don't know if I could get down with that, right? Like releasing these $65-$70 baseline figures, which some people think you need to finish painting on your own. I've never bought a $65 figure that you need to finish painting on your own. But it is Warhammer, right? Uh, I feel like that's kind of like GW's modus operandi of like, here's the most expensive plastic in the whole world, and good luck painting it. I hope it looks nice for
Yeah, we'll provide you really expensive paints and brushes too.
you.
Yeah,
uh, I think I can share. We can look at a little bit of Conrad Kurz here together. That that face, man,
ugh.
it's
Yeah,
rough. It's real rough. See, the I feel like they tried harder with the Raptors. Um, but what's going on with that skin? It's just kind of weird looking. I don't know if it's the material, like the medium they work in. I don't know if it's just the paint applications, because you can see there's some deep shading in there.
Yeah.
Where's the misprint? There it is. There it is. The supposed squad marking.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, no. That is a Legion marking. That is a messed up Legion marking. And they later corrected it. This is images from a Reddit post. They since released updated images with the Roman numeral 8. I don't know. How do you defend that? How do you defend that?
You
Like,
don't.
and like, where does it go to? Does it go to GW? Does it go to JoyToy? I mean, being a designer by trade myself, boy, I have let some little things slip through. You know, ordering very expensive things with little like misprints or misspellings. I get it, mistakes happen. We're all human, but come on, man, come on. Maybe this one's the best of the bunch. Wearing a backbone as a breastplate. It's kind of funky.
Yeah. Good application of the lightning bolt on the shoulder. That's probably one of the most visible ones.
Yeah,
On all the other figures, some of them it's really hard they get lost in the details. They don't stand out much at all.
looks like they kind of made a standard. No, they're a little different from figure to
Yeah,
figure. I mean, there you can see they put a little bit of shading on the skulls. The sculpts are awesome. The details are there. But like I said, the flesh hanging from armor and the clean armor look.
with that raggedy ass flesh over it. Yeah,
It just doesn't sell the look. These just needed some extra like love and attention. And I think if they would have been pulled off, people would have paid more for them. As like this isn't just a standard Legion, the Death Guard Plague Marines. Some of them really rose up quickly in price, but I think the details defended it. You know, the
yeah,
finishes defended it. I don't know.
yeah. And the sad thing is, these guys are probably the best of the bunch.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
He ain't it.
Oh, this. What is this? What is that? What is that hair helmet? And that brown thing that's supposed to be skulls on his side? Oh, so weird. I think we're not saying anything that literally, you know, thousands of people online haven't pointed out and said to. There's no way they haven't heard the feedback. Whether they listen to it, I think, is the big thing. And I think
Yeah.
everyone's really wanting there to be some kind of a response, even if
So
it's
then
just acknowledged in the product.
let's talk about what you can do as a consumer then. So here they are. They made this product. They're pumping them out.
Mhm.
It's really up to us whether we want to decide to support that or not. And I'm not going to tell anybody not to buy. I'm just going to say I think it's okay not to. You know, you love the product. Sometimes can't get everything. That's fine. Move on. Wait for the next releases. They came out with some bangers this week. Cool. Um, but I would say if you're not happy with what you see, then don't buy. That
Mhm.
is using your voice in
At
this
the
case.
least, at the least. And
And
the
if,
more
if
engaged, yeah, the more engaged of a fan you are, like speak up on social media, speak up on their Discord. They open these channels because they want people to engage with them and the product and the brand too. So meet them where they're asking you to
yep,
come.
and engagement works both ways, positive and negative.
Yep.
Just be responsible about it. Be socially responsible about it. If you liked what you saw and you buy it, please share your posts on socials. I want to see what the final product looks like. I'm not buying any of these until I see those anyway. So helping
Yeah.
me make the final decision.
Yeah. Like under studio lighting and Photoshop and you know, fudging the Legion numbers and stuff. That's one thing, but a figure in the hand, man, that really tells the tale. I'm surrounded by this stuff on a daily basis. Like I think it's fantastic. So, you know, I want them to continue making good stuff.
Right, yeah. I want their sales to be good. I want them to renew the Games Workshop license.
Mhm.
There's plenty more figures. they could be coming out with.
I was cruising through today. I like to kind of let my mind wander, especially with these new 40K releases. Oh, they were so encouraging. It was literally like a sigh of relief. I rolled over in the morning and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. Usually that's when they post it to the Discord, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
thank you for good shit.
yeah. I think I liked all of them.
Hmm.
Um, Probably the Templar Standard Bearer was my
That was
favorite.
cool. That was cool. That banner. Oh man, is
Yeah.
that cool?
With the orc skull on it,
Yep.
says Armageddon. So then your mind wanders like, ooh, is this the first of Armageddon themed releases? Are we going to get orcs? Are we going to
Please.
get more Black Templars? You know?
Crimson Fists. Could you imagine if they released Crimson Fists? That
Oh,
seems like an easy one to do, man. There's no flesh dripping. It's just Crimson Fists, right?
yeah,
Raptors. We're getting ahead of ourselves. There's so many other things that they haven't even like gotten around to that they can't start. They did like white consoles. They did a couple of like side chapters before. Weird. I still wonder about that. Why white consoles?
yeah. Kind of a random release.
I've never even heard of white consoles before. Was there like a specific like lore tie-in for that? They're not like really spoken about like in fandom much. I'd say maybe White Templars more than White Consoles.
Yeah, I really don't know. That's the I'm good on the original legions and
Mhm.
a fair number of the chapters, but I mean, there's upwards of what 100 chapters.
Oh,
I thought it was like around 100.
oh, I don't know.
The idea was always that you could create your own, right, as part of this larger world if you wanted to.
That I do like, right? Like they really encourage the homebrew chapters. It's like just rule of cool, let your mind go, whatever, cool Space Marines. That's nice. I like that they do that. Well, Black Templars, who knows how many they have.
Same
Uh,
with wolves. I thought the wolves basically said "f you" to that too.
yeah, they do that. They do that. So yeah, there's a lot of Space Marines floating around in the far distant
A
future. It's
lot of
interesting.
possibilities for figures, and JoyToy is no. They've kind of leaned into that a little bit with the paint your own figures. They've come out with two.
We've talked about it a million times, but accessory packs. Where are the accessory packs? Like GW does it. Why? Why not? Why not, man?
I remember seeing months ago on the forums that somebody said Games Workshop didn't want that for these figures. It makes no sense to me. They didn't cite anything. I think it was just what somebody interpreted as. But
Huh?
if you're gonna really release as many base figures as they have, um,
Yeah.
intercessors, the jump jet guys, um, the heavies, Terminators, having extra accessories makes sense. You can personalize them. I think
They keep customizers in business, and the like third party WA Toys. I think David Toys sells custom stuff. Uh, Man, pick a STL choice, side of your choice. Man, it's all over the place. A lot of good
yeah,
creators. The JoyToy Warhammer Discord, not the official one. There's another one. A lot of cool people doing really cool customs and posting them on there. Um, we should post a link to that in the comments too. I think the more people that get active in that, the better, right?
yeah.
A lot of cool people passing around files, sharing with each other. Really, really nice little communities. Nice
It's
people.
crazy how many custom Saturnine figures we've seen.
Yeah, right. Good ones too.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a really complex figure. But people
I
just said, fine, I'm not going to wait.
I know, right? The guy was selling them for like $300 a piece. I think.
Fully painted?
Yeah, I think some guy in Thailand was making them. There's a site called Goofish. It's a Chinese site, and a lot of people are making garage kits, like just custom pieces. There was a huge file dump of all the Space Marine 2 assets, and someone organized it into these really convenient Blender files. When you make like a game like Space Marine 2, all the assets are made out of 3D meshes, right? It's a bunch of like little points with faces and stuff, and it's all smooth and shaded, and they move around. So people have gone through and done actual file rips for those assets and put them into Blender where you can manipulate the meshes. So that's how I've gotten a fair amount of my custom pieces. It's direct game rips, and then I adapt that mesh into like a real world thing that I 3D print. It's not like people aren't seeking it out and not wanting it. Even the people just creating it, like I don't sell my customs. I just do it because I like it. Like it's like the stuff that I wish that they were producing that I want to buy. I would just buy the cool figures.
Sure.
Um, I'm really encouraged by these 40K figures. I'm gonna buy all of them, and the last batch that they did too. I'm gonna buy all those. I'm excited for Vulcan Heastan. That's
Yeah.
badass. It's a badass figure. I'm excited for more Chaos Marines too. Like the more I get into this, the more I like Chaos Marines. Give me more. I'd love to see some like Gal Vorback. They just have like the coolest stuff. I don't know. Like I said, the more I get into it, the more I appreciate Chaos Space Marines, and I want to see JoyToy make more. They did some cool ones in the beginning. They did an Astral Claw, like we said, and
Yeah. Black Legion, those figures were nice.
Crimson Slaughter. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm glad that they did the update to the new proportions. I think the current Black Legion are pretty badass. You can see them right there.
Right there. I would love to see orcs.
Orcs.
Orcs are timeless. They work for 30K and 40K if you wanted to do like a Yulinar scene, Armageddon scene, that all works. I
Yep.
think they're just the goofiest bad guys in the setting. They're,
Do you have any of the figures? The older
no,
ones?
I, no, they're like a commando style, and what I really want is the mech style. Like I want them with like the big chunky claw,
Yeah. Yeah.
big fat bolters. Um, that's the design I really like.
Hmm.
Just basically just taking trash and welding it onto themselves, and let's go. You see the ones with like the big chunky jaw,
Big,
metal.
yeah, with the teeth. I like the new org designs too from the new Armageddon box. Very cool. They're just keeping track of new Armageddon games. So it was like they released two new Space Marines, and the last one, the Orcs one. So they gave a preview of some new Orc boys. Fantastic designs. I really hope JoyToy adapts them because the OG Orcs that they did were cool, but definitely like dated figures. You can't really put them up against the new stuff. Even with some of the older things, they're kind of small, uh, limited articulation. They tried to get as much detail as they could in there.
They were a subset line too, that commando line, whatever they're called, and that's not like the most popular basic version of orcs
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, more to the like the broader point. If I have this many space marines, it would be nice to pose them with an enemy. So same thing like with Tyranids, we got just a few Tyranids and then nothing. And now they're hard to find, and they're commanding kind of an obnoxious price. And I really wish they would have leaned heavy with NIDS in the Space Marine 2 line and done
Yep.
some of the boss fights. That would have been really cool.
Right. Man, I'm
Lictor, Trigon,
all
even a big old Carnifex. I mean, they're no stranger to like big things. Look at Mortarion, look at Angron. Come on. They can
I
they
know,
can
right?
do it if they want.
I would pay $400 for like a Hive Tyrant, like Angron sized.
Hell yeah.
That'd be cool. That would be way cool. We say it every time. Their release roadmap is just like throwing darts at the biggest like just board.
Oh, there ain't
You
no roadmap. They're off-roading through this, and it's just weird to see. Every week, I'm like, what the hell went into this, right?
Yeah.
Um, and people will say that in the comments right away. Oh, like, hey, we got this. Does that mean we're going to see more of this? Like, oh, hey, we got a new space wolf. Does that mean we're going to get Logan Gribnar? Who the hell knows? We've got nothing to base this on. There's zero consistency here. It
And
would honestly, I think it would be comforting if they did release at least a quarterly roadmap with a hey, and not even with just a basic preview. Hey,
yeah.
in 3 months, we got this wow thing coming out, and let it build steam. It's
Yep.
like, who the hell does their marketing?
What marketing? They have
Yeah.
they had zero comms, zero PR. Like they just spooled up this thing, this TikTok initiative where they're trying to like get more people involved. And it's like you have to do just the baseline amount of communication. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Oftentimes, people that make great products aren't great marketers or salespeople themselves. I'd rather they keep making good products and let the marketing do itself, maybe.
Yeah, I don't want to see them slide either. I just think it would be worth them putting some
Oh yeah,
effort into getting like a professional on board. I do like the idea of something quarterly or every 6 months.
like Space Marine 2. They're like, all right, like here's what's coming. You know, they don't spell it out for you, but they definitely give you a lot of like hints of like there's new weapons, there's new characters, there's new maps. Like what if they were saying there's a new chapter coming, there's new chaos coming, there's gonna be a big boss coming. Oh my god, like that would be enough for us to eat for a whole quarter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, enough to engage with.
Yeah. So what you been doing? You've been working on anything? You haven't painted anything for like an entire
Months,
year. Yeah.
months. I got a couple things that I primed in my basement. I would really need to take a day off of work and do that. But
You're
I'm
pro-
at a point now where even if I take a day off at my full time job, I got stuff going on at my part time job too. This week was especially rough. But honestly, my comfort all week at the end of the night um, is just to do a little bit more reading, and I'm on book 29 of the
Mm,
Heresy.
wow.
So happy about that. It's been really fun ripping through these books. It's how I've gotten to know some of the legions that I'm collecting. It's why I switched to Heresy. I read the Indomitus Crusade series last summer. Really
Mhm,
liked it. Really good intro to like um, Ultramarines. Gilliman comes back. That's neat.
mhm.
Um, Mortarian's in there. The Emperor even saves Gilliman. That's pretty cool stuff. And then on a whim, I just picked up, the first three books of the Heresy because they were at the my local Games Workshop store. And
Like roundabout karma for when we used to work at KB Toys and would destroy all that shit and then try and sell it to people.
yeah,
So I've been working like a little servitor over here in my 3D print lab trying to figure out these little modular bases I'm making. So it's like a scaffold.
show us.
Yeah, I think
Oh man, look at that. Oh, is that cool?
so. It is all modular, and it sits on a scaffold, and it's all magnetic, right? So you can like swap out panels. The top comes off. You can like use this as its own like little mini base,
Sure.
and then it all swaps out, and it's expandable too. So you can swap out these facade pieces for different pieces as I release them, and then you can stack the modules next to each
Yeah,
other.
show the side because I think you got like magnets on the sides too. Yeah,
Yeah,
slots.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How
So
cool
the
is
neck
that?
one, yeah, little end caps here fit on the side.
Super cool.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to engineer it all.
How many figures comfortably fit on one of those?
You could probably put six, like two on each
Two on
tier.
each shelf.
It would still look nice. They could still each have like a pose. You don't have to like squish them. But then as you put like the modules together, you can kind of space them out a little bit and give them a little more breathing room. There's a middle module right now I'm working on. It's kind of like the hero's module center. It's got Mechanicus looking floors and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's actually on the printer right now, so I'll be able to give you guys a little more update soon. I'm going to try and do like a little pre-order. I'm just producing them myself here in my little Austin apartment, so I'm limited by time and space and number of printers. But I think I've got each of them down where it only takes 24 hours to produce a full module with the minimum amount of like hand labor and finishing in between. So we'll see.
Goals for next year would be to get a table at Adepticon,
Right? That'd be
get you
fun.
here, sell just enough to get word out, cover the cost of the table.
Hmm. You're gonna have to come and help me produce some stock then.
Adepticon, for those of you that don't know, is a larger gaming convention that takes place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm lucky in that I live 20 minutes from the arena or the a convention center where it's held. They held it there last year, so spring of 25. I went this year, spring of 26, with my wife and kids one day. We went on Sunday. Um, so just a ton of stuff. I was blown away by it was.
Mm,
Um, and they had multiple floors for gaming. Really cool setup. Plenty of people there doing like content, podcasts, and that. Um, I geeked out a little bit when I saw Arbiter Ian, who's pretty well known um, caster about this stuff.
mhm, mhm.
Really into the lore. I don't know if there's somebody else who knows as much about that he does. That was really cool. But yeah, it was a great time. The thing that killed me though was no JoyToy stuff
Ah,
whatsoever. And I thought, man, somebody really needs to like make an inroad there somehow.
yeah. That I don't know how much crossover there is between the minis and JoyToy. I've initially because JoyToy is relatively young. It's only been going a couple of years.
Hmm.
As far as the Warhammer line. Um, so maybe there just hasn't been enough time for bleed over, you know? We'll see. We'll see. I bet you it'll start creeping in.
But I think what's great, and going back to why I brought this up to begin with, a modular design like you're working on there would work for the minis too.
Oh, for sure.
It'd be a
For sure.
great way to display some of your some hero pieces that you've painted up,
Mhm,
um, as well. So I think in a convention like that, roundabout it gives JoyToy a little bit of exposure, but I think I didn't see a whole lot of that kind of stuff display ready. So there's a ton of gaming stuff, some of really beautiful tables. It
mhm.
was totally worth just seeing walking around. I didn't spend any money because there wasn't any JoyToy stuff, but it was really cool to see, kind of gauge interest.
Yeah. Yeah. I did a fair amount of, just kind of like competitive analysis, a little bit of market research into just what's even available for, displays too, for 12 scale, for 18 scale, and surprisingly, not a lot. Not a lot. A lot of homemade stuff on eBay, which is fine. It's nice. Like a lot of people make it out of like styrofoam board. You can find someone's handmade little diorama that'll fit in your IKEA shelf for sure if that's what you're looking for. But as far as grim dark feel, there's not much out there. So hopefully this fills a little market niche. It does for me. I mean, like I made it because I'm putting it on my shelf. If it becomes productizable, right, and easy enough for me to produce, that's not going to kill me. I'd love to be able to share it. Stay tuned for pre-sales. Follow Adeptus Manufactorum on Instagram for updates and all my little custom works.
Yeah,
We'll get a Instagram going here for ShelfHammer as well.
gotta love it. Yeah, and I would love to showcase other customs that people are doing too.
Yeah.
It ends up being such a creative, fun outlet for a lot of people.
There should be more too. There's some like really strong accounts out there that feature customs. The customizers tag them. They'll post them. They'll distribute it. Just to extend the reach because it's cool stuff. A lot of fantastic people in the Warhammer world on Instagram too. Cool. Well, I think this is a good place to wrap it. We covered a lot of ground. I think I got the Night Lords thing off my chest. I feel like I can like shut up about it for a minute now. They've released good things since. I'll get mad the next time they release something. That sucks, but for now I feel like I like better about
Yeah,
it.
I kind of feel like we've kind of gone through it now, and I'm cool with in this case I'm cool with just banking my money and saving for the next thing that I really like. I am
Yeah,
optimistic that the salamanders are going to be okay. I didn't find those terminators too bad, at least compared to the night lords.
yeah.
But I have not pre-ordered any of them until I see the full lineup, and that's probably the way I'm going to go now.
No
Is just
pre-orders. No
no,
pre-orders. Who pre-orders? You can pre-order on Ollie if you get a deal. Then you can pre-order.
done that, but not after. I think Korax was probably the last one I did.
Mm.
But I also, yeah, I did get a really good price on them too, 85. I felt like I really don't want to pass that up.
You can't pass that up. That's a deal.
Yeah, got lucky. So we'll see what the next chapter or legions are, and Always looking. Get up Wednesday morning like we do. Check socials. See what's out there. It's fun.
5 a.m. Central. If it's not 5 a.m. Central, you're late. You're not really a fan.
Yeah, because this guy's got them already.
They're already sold out, man. Pre-order is gone. You missed it.
Those are mine.
You played yourself. Congrats. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. This has been Chris and Erik for ShelfHammer. And keep some cool shit on your shelf, guys.
Yeah. Practice posing. Take some photos. We'd love to see it.
All right. Later, y'all.